Alright, so today we're joined by Six. Don't forget to subscribe to him, go check him out, and let's jump straight into it. Topic of the day, what do you think? Nerfed Sasuke versus Madara, what do you think?
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you. So what Madara are you talking about? 'Cause there's like 90 of them.
Yeah, we're gonna go over a couple. So it's obviously gonna be nerfed Sasuke without the Rinnegan and Boruto. We're gonna talk about base Madara, the one Rinnegan, and then the two Rinnegan with the Rinne Sharingan on his forehead. What do you think? Starting out with base.
The only problem is 3-Eye Madara. The other one Sasuke should like murder easily.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sasuke's gonna kind of wipe the floor with most of them. I think. I thought it was kind of worthy to note what Sasuke actually loses when he loses the Rinnegan. You know, he loses like Shinra Tensei, Chibaku Tensei, the space-time ninjutsu, his ability to switch places with people and like absorb chakra. Honestly, he doesn't really use a whole lot of that stuff in his fights after he becomes an adult. He has a couple of major fights. Have you been keeping up with the Boruto manga?
Yeah.
So you saw like the fight against like Jigen and Ishiki and like Momoshiki and all that stuff, right? Okay, so I feel like in most of those fights he doesn't actually end up using the Rinnegan too much anyways. So I feel like when he's fighting, because these people that he's fighting are against are scale way higher than Madara scales to. You know what I mean? Because Madara is weaker than Kaguya, which is weaker than the Momoshiki, and then you have like obviously Ishiki and like Jigen later on, so he scales way higher than they do. So base Madara and one Rinnegan Madara shouldn't be too much of an issue. What do you think? What do you think against about Limbo? What would Sasuke do against Limbo?
I don't think it matters because I don't think the Limbo can hurt him.
Because the thing is that they scale to Madara. So if you have like the 3-eyed Madara, for example, like with the Rinne Sharingan, if he takes him by surprise, I figure maybe he might be able to do some damage, but probably not kill him. Regardless, something I thought was kind of weird with the Boruto manga is that I don't know if you found this weird, but he still has access to Amaterasu. Even though he lost the eye, he lost the, what was it, his left eye, I think, which was the one that originally produced the flames. Do you think, is that like a, do you think that's like a
just shoot him out of both eyes? No. Because he shoots it out of his Sharingan against Jigen.
Yeah, I noticed that, but I never really seen him do that before. Because from previously, I thought it was like his left eye produced the flames and his right eye controlled it through another ability. But all of a sudden,
I just assumed he got good as fuck with it, so he can just do it out of both eyes if he wants to.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so I was gonna say is that he'll probably get like blitzed because if you remember, Madara uses like a Sage Art Light Fang, I think that's what it was, which was stated to be one of his fastest attacks. I think this was one Rinnegan Madara, and it was dodged by 6 past Sage Mode Naruto and Sasuke, and Sasuke's relative to him, as we see like many times like in their final battle, you know, against Momoshiki and Jigen, etc. So I think that probably means that Sasuke would just absolutely blitz Madara, but there's a couple of tricks that I think Madara might be able to pull up his sleeve. It's debatable whether they would work or not. What do you think about Chibaku Tensei?
Sasuke could just blow it up.
Yeah, I suppose he probably would. The thing with Chibaku Tensei is I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it varies depending on the user, right? You see like Hagoromo use it, you see like Sasuke and like Nagato through the Diva Path all use them, and they have varying levels of strength, because you can see like the 8 Tails form of Naruto is able to escape one of Pain's Chibaku Tensei's, albeit it wasn't entirely complete. I think he was in the process of creating it, but he was able to break out of it. And then you later on you see a Sasuke who, after he got his Rinnegan, he can put all these bijus in a Chibaku Tensei with no problem, and then they can't escape. You know what I mean? So I think it varies on the user, like depending on how strong they are. And
definitely does.
Yeah, but I don't think that Sasuke would not be able to break out of them. You know what I mean? He's just like...
You remember when Madara dropped a bunch of them on Naruto and Sasuke?
Yeah,
like
they were slicing right through them.
They just kept blowing them up. Yeah. So I don't think Chibaku Tensei is much of a problem. The only thing that I could really see being a bit of an issue is the fact that Madara can regenerate. Other than that, like AP wise and speed wise, I don't think he's like fucking with Sasuke.
Yeah, no, he gets blitzed and he's just weaker in general. And then you could argue, not even, like, I was gonna say you could try arguing Infinite Tsukiyomi, but not even, because didn't Sasuke shield himself from that with the Susanoo, right? Yeah, so I feel like there's pretty much, even though Sasuke got a huge nerf, because the Rinnegan was honestly a huge buff that he got, and it just got taken away from him. Even though he got such a giant nerf and he just didn't get his arm back or anything, I don't really see any way that like Madara can keep up You know,
Yeah.
I was gonna make a video. I'm still making a video with It's Meek on Hashirama versus Nerf Naruto. It's probably gonna go very similarly, but obviously we know that that Naruto has a different Nerf. You know, he lost the Nine Tails, which is, I feel like, a little bit more significant than honestly the Sasuke's Rinnegan, because Naruto relies way more on the QB than Sasuke does on his Rinnegan in battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's pretty much it. Do you have any way that Madara could possibly touch Sasuke, nerf Sasuke without the Rinnegan?
Have you ever seen this statement?
Which one?
I just sent it in DM. It's the one that says Sasuke can like take out Kaguya level threats on his own.
Yeah, okay. And that's
So,
proved by by the Kaguya level threats that he faces in Boruto.
yeah.
Which
My thing is that, so we agree that Sasuke doesn't get much of a physical nerf. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
So my thing is Sasuke gets the Rinnegan and he doesn't get to three-eyed Madara level yet. And then he fights Kaguya, or actually no, I skipped too far ahead. He sees Kaguya and he like questions if a person like Kaguya could even exist in the first place, just based on the amount of chakra that she had, right? So the amp that the Rinnegan gives him can't get him up to this level. But then after training a few more years, Sasuke can surpass this level. So that would be like the reason I think that the Rinnegan being gone doesn't nerf him that much physically. Obviously he's like hindered vision wise because he's got one fucking eye, but not much of a physical nerf. So I think it's pretty much that Sasuke would be beating Madara up, and then it's just a matter of if he can last long enough to just keep beating his ass until he like dies.
Yeah, it just keeps pounding him down.
The only other way I could see Sasuke winning, and this one is out there, but like, okay, so Madara is a Jinchuriki, and Sasuke should be able to like control the Ten Tails or the Jubi.
Yes,
so if he was able to Genjutsu Madara, or get inside the little like Biju plane, where Naruto exists, or not where he exists, but where Kurama lives and Naruto goes and talks to him.
Yeah.
If he's able to get there and control the Jubi and like stop it, right, it would obviously stop Madara's regeneration, and then he could like kill him that way.
Yeah, I mean, didn't Sasuke already do that? I think he did that in the anime. Or he didn't like do that whole thing that you were saying, but he was able to get into that realm where Kurama is kept inside of Naruto. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then I think he dispersed him or something like that. But yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Honestly, I was trying to find ways that Madara can kind of touch Sasuke, because Sasuke didn't get as significantly nerfed as Naruto did, right? So it's still safe to say that he would still be slapping Madara around. I don't know, just if he was able to use some hacks or something that he has up his sleeve, he might be able to stand a chance. But then again, just the scaling isn't there. It's like saying Naruto from beginning of Shippuden versus like Mizuki from like part 1. Like it's just like night and day difference. You know what I mean? Even Kaguya, when Sasuke got his Rinnegan, he stated that Kaguya had far more chakra than Madara's. Like, he had emphasis on the far more, showing that he's like on a different level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it. Do you have any closing ideas onto why Sasuke would absolutely destroy Madara?
No, I'm just trying to think of other things people would say for Madara. I can't really think of anything. I think he's just getting beat up, honestly.
Yeah, no, he's a very powerful character. But again, that's like with the scaling, like they keep introducing these threats that are above Kaguya, and like a nerfed Naruto and Sasuke are just able to take Momoshiki down after he already absorbed Kinshiki, mostly using Taijutsu. Obviously, he used the Rasengan at the end. I don't know. Yeah, I guess Madara would just get absolutely slapped around.